In the background, the Black Sea. And there you see inside this tremendous facility, 7,000 seats capacity. And you are about to watch Canada taking on Sweden. Canada ranked #1 coming into this tournament after winning the 2013 World Championships in Korea. Sweden coming through a qualification stage to get here. Actually ranked #8 of the 8 teams in this ice sledge hockey tournament. And there you see the standings. Norway with a win in game-winning shots over the Czech Republic, currently sit atop of this group. And that is the other match that has taken place. This the second match in Group A in day 1 of the best tournament in the world. As Canada in the red and white with the signature maple leaf on their chest take to the ice. The official today is Peter Hegel from Norway, Thomas Heltman from Poland, and Sergei Yudikov from Russia will take the lines. So if you're wondering a little bit about ice sledge hockey, well, it was actually invented by the Swedes. And in the 60s, they were developing the game. Actually, it was developed in a rehabilitation center in Stockholm. And then in 69, officially a 5-team league developing in Stockholm. And then, well, where we are today, if you look at the Canadian lineup, it is going to be in goal is Benoit Saint-Amand. Benoit is going to get the start. As you look at Sweden, there in the signature gold and blue, Ulf Nilsson will get the start for Sweden. And Per Kasperi, #8, keep an eye out for him as well. And that's a long ways from the wherever he's got that. Some fantastic headwear. There's a fantastic maple leaf there. And there you look at the coach for Canada, Mike Mondin, who's worked his way through the stages as well, and being an assistant coach and then developing himself now to taking on the head coach role. And Jörgen Lundgren, similar story as well, and officially in charge now as the head coach of the Paralympic team. And there is the man, Benoit Saint-Amand, who will lead, or shall we say, defend the goal as the two captains. Westlake coming across. He's a veteran now, is Westlake. And there you see Ulf Nilsson, 49 years of age, will take the Swedish goal. He's not quite the oldest. And there is a player, Svi, playing for Norway, who's actually 50. There's a number of the players in their 40s and those in their 30s, so maturity not an obstacle in the sport of ice sledge hockey, as much as you see the tremendous smiles on the face of the Canadian players looking forward to, well, their dream, isn't it? To win a gold medal in Sochi. Their favored are the Canadians. They won a gold medal in Turin in 2006, but a heartbreaking defeat to Norway in the bronze medal match when they hosted the games in Vancouver will still be smarting and in the back of their minds as Mondin looking on. And there is Saint-Amand with the last acknowledgements and support from his team. As Sweden, only 9 skaters. So not a big roster. They go with a shortened lineup, 9 skaters and 2 goaltenders available. And the puck is dropped. Canada take possession right away in red from left to right. Back for it now in behind their own goal. Sweden will play it around quickly, though, to it. Canada. And this is McGregor, who tries to advance. This is Gale. onto it now. Anthony Gale plays it out front. This is a chance. And what a defensive play just to get in front of that opportunity. And quickly the Canadians asking questions of the Swedish defense. Now coming out of the corner again. And this is Delaney. Delaney, who will just take it in behind the Swedish goal line. And not afraid just to take it up against the boards. He takes the hit from home. A play advancing across into the slot area. And Sweden do well to clear their lines. And that'll make its way down the length of the ice. It'll go for icing. So a good chance early for Canada. And then just the body getting in front of the Swedes pack the house in front of goal. And Ulf Nilsson, the goaltender, doesn't have to make a save. It's Holm. Holm may very well have got in the way of that one. And there you see the grizzled look of Nilsson in goal. Electing to hold and control. Shot there, scores! And Canada on the board from nowhere. Billy Bridges. He's done it again for the Maple Leafs. And it's slow build up for Canada. It laid off to Billy Bridges. He steps in on that right circle and whammo as he snaps it high up over the glove side of Nilsson. And Canada snatched the early lead. And this line of Westlake, Bridges, and Bowden, well regarded as possibly the most potent in the world. And Bowden wastes no time getting Canada on the board. Just over a minute gone inside this first period. And again, Canada on the forecheck. Advanced that puck in, but a little too eager as they just release that puck on their half of the center ice red line. And it's gone for icing. So a face-off back in their own zone. And Sweden will be needing just to catch their breath after that one. Dorian will take this drop. And Holm in as well. So Holm, the assistant captain, very busy in the early stages of this one. Canada to collect the puck and to come forward. Sweden not offering too much of a forecheck. Good passing interchange between the Canadian forwards. And in it will go and around. And they just keep to the outside boards and preventing the Swedes from just using that as an easy way to clear it. And again, good routes from the Canadians on their forecheck. Tenacious. Not allowing any time at all for Sweden to just negotiate, navigate their way out of their own zone. They're in behind their own goal again. And it will have to be a second effort made by the Swedish defenders. They do well to clear it, and it's weighted, and it will not be icing. Just an off play there as the Canadians do well to keep in their channels, and a breakout strong advancement of this puck, and it's like snakes and ladders as they just build the play up the ice. And at the moment it's all ladders, but now just turning to snake away and just control it on a cycle. It's unable to be kept in control, but Canada pick it up again. And Sweden, though, are able to locate it and will look to make a line change as Canada will go back in their own zone. And their passing right now is prolific as they are just tape to tape, moving this puck around and having a pretty good control of the play so far. Again, Dorian. And this is McGregor. This line of McGregor, Gale, and Delaney on the ice for Canada. The puck will go deep, and it will go again for icing against the Swedes. And they haven't been able to just match the pace as of yet of Canada, who have no doubt want to play the game at their level. And they play a physical brand of hockey. Also like to keep it going with as much speed as possible as well. And Nilsson is going to have his work cut out for him today. as Nielsen and, well, the Swedish team in general aren't particularly big in relation to the size of the Canadians, who have an advantage in that category. And they acknowledge that, the Swedes, openly. Lundgren, the coach, accepting that, well, maybe they haven't got the overall strength and body size, so they come and bring a roster of 9 skaters and 2 players until they're able to build players up to a sufficient level to be able to compete in the Paralympic Games. And that's one of the challenges the Swedes have, of just being able to recruit players of that standard and to be able to, almost going through a little bit of a renaissance as such, inventing the game. And now, oh, there's a penalty coming in. It's going to be against Sweden. Advancing play for Canada. Oh, what a glove save by Nielsen as he snatches that out of the air. And the smile as you see it coming in from Bridges, who's already scored once, but not this time. Nielsen, like a cat, takes it away. But there will be a penalty for Sweden. And off to the penalty box, Peter Hegel is suggesting it's going to be a boarding. Or is this going to be... And we'll see exactly what the call is going to be indicated, nonetheless. And it's teeing is the actual official call. And it's just coming in there straight up, using the sledge into the side of the body of the Canadian player. And that is the penalty being awarded against Sweden. Canada will regroup now with a man advantage, 5 against 4. Canada have been really strong in advancing the puck and utilizing the speed of the puck as much as the speed of their own skating ability. As the old adage says, the puck moves faster than anybody can propel themselves. So advance it, hit it to the head man, and again, this will be Canada on the breakout. This is Whitson. Whitson wide side to the left wing area. Nice little channel groove coming across the line, still going strong, and there it is again, shot coming in. And that's Larocque, Dominic Larocque, who shoots the rock. But Nielsen, and quite a smothering effort there, not really sure where it is. Referee is on it, allowing play to continue. And the Swedes just smothering that puck. That was Lundgren, Rasmus Lundgren. He is the son of the coach. And turned over, Sweden through the neutral zone. And they are now putting a little bit of pressure on Canada offensively. Turning themselves about. Rempel now will skate this puck out for Canada. He advances it, trying to find the right line and just taken right off the play. Westlake dumped the Canadian captain. And Sweden done a good job. They were happy with their penalty kill and power play percentages and the build up a game against Italy. But this is a turnover in front. Can Canada make something of it late? The penalty has expired and it's back to 5-on-5, and there you see returning to the ice, Ingvarsson. Sweden will go back, and they're just catching their breath nicely, and that penalty might have actually helped them just to get focused and into this game as it's a turnover. They've come back. He's lost his stick though and been able just to control it and keep his balance. Just the left hand, just moving it out, but Canada again quick to retrieve it. Whitson. And Canada will just play it into an area and put pressure on. And not allowing the Swedish team to develop their own breakouts. They are taking away those angles and lanes. This is a great chance now, stepping in. A turn puck. Oh, that's a great one there. And in on it again. It's gonna count as Delaney. Looks like he's gonna get credit for that one. As Gale shoots it in, and Delaney is kitty by the door. And he's made it happen. One more time as you watch, Gale goes wide and Delaney forces it right through the body And the referee right on top of play. Gale to start it, and Delaney to finish it. Canada, 2 goals up. And that'll bring a smile to Mike Mondin's face. Not many smiles there for Ulf Nielsen. And going to the net is a reward again. It is going to be Delaney who gets credit, Ben Delaney, and Anthony Gale will get the assist. And looking back to the first Canadian goal, it is going to be Billy Bridges who scores that wicked shot. And assist coming from Whitson. Canada will play it in again, and Sweden right now are scrambling to try and just get control of this puck and settle play down. Strong area of play, well placed, and clever use of the angle, the board, just to get it in on Benoit Saint-Amand. Oh, and the weighted pass leaves it into an area for Bridges to skate onto. And the timing, clever by Canada, trying to open up a little daylight on the near side. Up and over the goal, Nielsen. Can't collect that one, and nor would he have wanted to, as Jim only invites trouble reaching up in those areas. Bowden advancing the play, has got to the puck first, but that is cut out by the Swedish defenders, and they will see it down and across the line. It will go for icing. Hope you're enjoying the action. I'm Brent Pope, and Canada favored in this one have jumped out to a 2-goal lead. Both even strength markers as you're looking at Nielsen, who might have wanted to smother the second one. Don't think he could have done much about the first, though, from Bridges. That's Gale to win it, and again. And it almost looks quite casual, doesn't it? The way the goaltender just snatches the puck away, and the shot, though, from Canada off that face-off coming in from Whitson. Whitson already with an assist on the first goal, and not afraid to shoot from a distance, as both teams will just collect their thoughts for a moment. And if you are new to ice sledge hockey, welcome. This is the 6th time that the sport has been included in the Paralympic Winter Games after making its introduction in Lillehammer in 1994. Canada has been in the competition since the beginning. As a shot again you're looking at, and there is Mondin looking on, trying to will his team to potentially a third one. And the Canadians in those first games in Lillehammer collecting a bronze. Nagano, they're a silver medalist. In Salt Lake City, unable to get a medal, finishing 4th, but then in Torino, a gold medal. And then a disappointing 4th place finish for Canada in Vancouver. Face off one again. Coming forward, tipped on. It's a loose puck right in front of goal. And Gale couldn't get to it first. The pressure of the on-rushing attack from Canada right now is more than the Swedish defense can handle. As again, they will take an icing. And Whitson is pivotal from this position, and that's a set play to Delaney to just almost sort of decoy the shot. And use Delaney off the left side of the net for the backhand slice. And almost like a tennis player might just sort of knife it up and over the netting. In that instance, trying to knife it up and over the left shoulder of Nielsen, but he's able just to keep it away. Although it sat there for a moment. Canada in possession again. To the backside. Oh, and a chance there. Backside this way. Oh, and a defensive play in front. And that was Rasmus Lundgren, who gets the hands up and uses anything and all that's available to block that sure goal effort coming in from Mark Dorian. Canada, right now it looks like a training session for them in this offensive zone. Around it will go. It's kept just in, but now it leaks out for the Swedes to go on the attack. And why not? Just bounce one in from a distance on Saint Amand, and hasn't had much action in this period. And just see how ready he is. Canadians with 8 shots so far, the 1 just being recorded by Sweden. And again, a quick regroup. Canada electing to be quick in transition, going from defense to offense. They have room, they've got numbers, they've got a man in front, and Bridges just couldn't make his stick available. It hit off the blade of his sledge, and he will have liked to have had the timing of that a little more precise. Back they will go. Murray advancing and just getting it into an area. Nielsen just seeing that into the corner. Rolling out into a space here. Quick stick handling from Canada, creating those little gaps in the area. And an overlap here. They've got a chance for Bridges. Oh, and a defensive play to cut that out. And a little bit of an end around to lay off Bowden, and Bridges are having some fun over here as the offensive cycle for Canada is totally in control. Again, they will just have a look at their options coming out of the other corner here. Bridges trying to get to it, but Sweden able to collect it in time. And their passing not quite as precise, but they make an effort to try and push this Canadian line back for a moment and catch a breather as they come in and try and apply a forecheck to just the one man. It's a loose pass from Canada to clear their lines. And now the delayed offside is over, and the puck will make its way back in behind the Canadian goal line. And here they work their way forward again, and passing is the order of the day. Again, they've got room, going in front. Oh, and again Nielsen. And he's having fun with that right now as he takes it away from Bowden. And Nielsen needs to just take his helmet off for a breather and a little bit of TV airtime, as he needs just to reset and make sure those glasses are calibrated one more time and his sights are on, as he's made a couple beauties so far. And he's had that glove just a pumping as Bowden elects to go to the top side. And no can do. As Nielsen, now you see it and now you don't. Great tempo so far in this one. Day number 1. This is the second match in Group A. And there you see the instructions coming in. And watch Bowden again. Just look right in, and Nielsen almost just keeps that glove hand away below and then hides it and then brings it up and away. And boy, does he throw the lobster pot up there. And he cooks himself a beauty. And he just keeps that glove down, doesn't he? And it's a different style, obviously, to ice hockey, where the goaltender is trained to keep the glove up. And naturally, it's a balance point for Ulf Nielsen. But he just kept that little trick up his sleeve until the last moment. And Whitson now will take control. He'll turn and fire from there, Whitson. It's up, and a deflection was attempted by Gale. Again, Canada just replenishing the lines. And Nielsen again just keeping a tidy house in front. Just moves that puck in behind his goal line again, but Canada will retrieve it. and they will create an option. They had one there across the goal mouth. Tyler McGregor, he's sniffing around. Delaney is trying to find this puck. Delaney is already responsible, the architect, for the second Canadian goal. This is one in front. They're trying to create for themselves, and Gale will score for Canada. And it was only a matter of time as in came the gale force wind to blow this third goal, and the game wide open for Canada. McGregor has a look. Delaney is an option to the backside, and look who just comes blowing in. It's Gale, and he celebrates his first goal in Sochi. It is a Canadian storm of offense at the moment, and Sweden have not got an answer. Nielsen's got a couple, but he just simply can't deal with the wave after wave of Canadian force. Again, Sweden will go back and try to recover. That's Ingvarsson, who's trying to just get it safely, but he's locked up in behind his own goal now. He gets to it again and just quickly paddles it away. And Canada, pretty nifty at coming out of those tight spaces, using both sticks and their stick handling. Still have it. Oh, what a play that is. And it's just pulling out from behind the sledge, and it's tic-tac-toe. And into the back of the net, it's Larocque. As watch this passing interchange, almost Harlem Globetrotters, as Rempel to Larocque, and a fourth goal for Canada, and they're making it look easy. Impressive indeed for the #1 rated team coming into this tournament. Canada have their tails up and the wind at their back. Inside of 2 minutes remaining in this first period, and Sweden will be glad to hear the horn and get themselves to an intermission. Again, the stick handling and the offensive flair and control from Canada is dominant right now. Again, stick check, taking the puck away, utilizing every player on the ice sheet and every player on that bench. The players just locking horns. Again, advancement. And so clever is the movement of both sticks available. And it's even more deceptive than in ice hockey, where the player uses the forehand and the backhand side of their blade. They're actually, obviously, as you see, have the backhand and forehand in each arm. And then using that to advance underneath that sledge, and it becomes a great blocker and a great puck protector, does that sledge, really. And depending on the angles in which you're able to manipulate that sledge, you can really find a way in and out of trouble, as the Canadians are with possession again. Up and over, it's into the far corner. Delaney, who has scored already as well, will get to it first. And look at the movement here from Canada again. As I mentioned, this is potent from Canada. And Delaney is a magician as he dangles in and out. And Murray will go back. You see the curvature on the blade there. And cupping that puck, keeping it away from these Swedish defenders. One last gas for Canada to see if they can't achieve a fifth one before the end of this first 15-minute period. And Sweden will just get it out past their line, and they are just in the last seconds of this first period, and will be glad to see that horn come but it will not. And there'll be a whistle here at 2 seconds, and the clock will stop. And sure, if that was in the playbook for Lundgren, the way this period is gone, and that is Lundgren's son, Rasmus Lundgren, made a great block early in the period and was able to keep the score line from escalating. Canada was charged with an icing there, and that will tick down and be the end of the first period. And what a period it was for Canada to get themselves going in this Paralympic tournament. And we'll look back here. 11 shots on goal for Canada, scoring 4 times. And just the one shot, and that was from a distance, up against Saint-Amand, Benoit Saint-Amand in the Canadian goal. And it was, as the period progressed, getting more and more in favor as the ice was tilting really in the direction of the Swedish goal. We'll go back to the first one though at 1:03. Canada, it's Billy Bridges who opens it up, equal and even strength. And then Delaney getting to the rebound, the shot from Gale, was able to make it 2-0 at 6:42. And then Gale gets his own at 12:30, and finishing there from Larocque on the clever play from Rempel to advance it forward. And Canada will be feeling good about their first 15 minutes work. The one penalty taken by the Swedes, and in fairness, the Swedes looked great on that penalty kill. They took that penalty and killed it off no problem. They may think that might be a tactic, but I would suggest not. Canada are looking strong after the first 15 minutes. Hope you're enjoying the action at the Paralympic Winter Games in Sochi. I'm Brent Pope. We will be back and joining you and get ready for the second period. After 1, it's Canada 4, Sweden still yet to score. And there you see it after the first period of play. Canada with a very commanding lead, and probably even more than they might have expected, to be honest. As you see the replay of goals. And as the period went on, well, they were scoring and scored a variety of goals, didn't they? The shot from outside from Bridges, the Delaney going to the net, jamming it away on a second chance rebound. Gale again coming in, picking up the rebound, but just hammering it home. And then the interplay there at the end that led to the Larocque goal. And Sweden will have needed to have had a little bit of a discussion. And Jörgen Lundgren, the coach, will need to have just settled his team down, because yes, they may know that they were going to be in tough against Canada, but they need to stop the bleeding and keep this game from getting out of hand. And the man that has been in goal to face that action so far, right there, Ulf Nielsen, will be feeling, well, a little weather whipped, won't he? As Canada just coming relentlessly at the Swedish defense, and just much more energy and speed and power, really, the Canadians. And it was obvious there. You see them as they attack the ice coming back out here for the second period. They are ready to go and feeling full of energy and vigor. As Saint-Germain, just the one shot against that he faced in that first period. And 11 in on Nielsen. What will the second period have in store for this one inside the Scheibe Arena? There's referee Peter Hegel from Norway about to drop the puck. Period 2 underway of match 2 in Group A at the Paralympic Winter Games in Sochi. You're watching the ice sledge hockey tournament. Big hit coming in, that's allowed. Body contact. Just the use of the sledge and a number of minor variations that would become illegal in using body contact. Be side on, not to be using the sledge as a weapon as such. It really is kind of the guiding principle of how penalties involving the sledge will be assessed. Going back though in their own zone, Sweden. Canada fortunate there to not have too many players on the ice, as that puck goes right by the bench area. And cleverly they avoid making contact with it. Arsenault can't get it out. And strong play Arsenault, but just out-muscles the Swedish defender. Here are Canada again. And they'll just lay it into an area. Lundgren go back for it. And he'll play it around, but Canada are the first one on it. They can't get it clean though. Sweden advancing, but not totally aware that the puck was coming to him. And that was Marcus Holm, who was skating but not looking. Back again in behind their own goal line. Ingvarsson, the assistant captain, who really is just being forced with only 9 skaters for Sweden just to get this puck around the boards and away from trouble, but it just leads generally to the next wave of Canadians coming forward. They'll have to go back now. Icing is waved off. And a breakout and advancement again. Using that puck well, distributing it amongst these Canadian forwards. And that stick handling ability is such an advantage that they can create for themselves. In another corner here, Larocque, who scored the 4th one for Canada in that opening period. He's part of this cycle for Canada coming in front. Nielsen makes the save, and the referee right on it. Nielsen taking exception to Larocque coming in. And Dorian and Larocque one more time putting pressure. And Nielsen able to make the save with the toe of his sledge, and then needs to lean to the one side to make certain of its possession to get this whistle. But Larocque coming right in, trying to force it out. And Nielsen, as I mentioned, maybe only the second one he'd like to have back, but it was a variety of different attacks coming in from Canada as they have possession in behind the goal now. Coming out, holding it, keeping it to the side, almost sort of sidecarring it. And this is a play off the side of the net one more time. And Larocque to pick up the play from Delaney. And you hear the scuttering of the blades across the ice, the force in which Canada are coming out. Saint Armand will just deflect that puck away and keep this play continuously going and keep the pace high. There's a line change now. The 3 Canadian forwards make their way off. The 5 Swedes, though, back in and haven't quite found a lane to get out of their own zone yet. Canada with the body contact. And this is Billy Bridges. Billy Bridges goes up and over. But he comes up with it, stays with it. Bowden. Bowden with a little spinorama, but can't keep the puck on his stick. And it's kept in, touched forward. And just that little decoy, deceptive move there, isn't it? Bowden is trying to find Bridges, backdoor. Bridges denied at the pass as Nielsen throws it down and blocks him out. Sweden to the neutral zone with some speed and some momentum coming forward. A shot from here maybe. And it's wide of goal. Saint Armand doesn't have to do too much on that play as he sees it just sort of inch past the near post. Again, 3-4 passes in Canada. Moving well, shot from a distance. Bowden. And they'll come forward. Sweden just stripped last second. And out it will go, and line changes. Very difficult, isn't it, to keep the tempo of the play and these players who substitute on the fly to avoid taking that too many men on the ice penalty. Canada with a errant pass there will go for icing, but with the puck so often being laid into an area when the players are exchanging for a new teammate to come out on the ice. This was the play though from Bridges as Nielsen stretches to his full length to keep that one out of the Swedish goal. Good area pass now, trying to get on to the end of it. Rerouting though is Larocque. And Sweden are forced to ice this one as a result of that Canadian pressure. And again, the pace still set high. Arsenault, a figure of strength on the blue line for Canada. Gale, who has already scored once and an assist as well in this game, set ready for the face-off. And Ingvarsson will be removed from the face-off. Lundgren to come up. And even though he's a defenseman, tasked with trying to win possession of that puck. Canada at the moment are winning 80% of the face-offs. Patient build up. Sweden do well to be there in numbers, and they come up with the puck. 2-on-2. But Canada, Whitson, quick to get it, and once again pin the Swedes back in their own zone. And inadvertent contact there from Gale on the net will dislodge it, and the whistle is blown. And an opportunity for the ice maintenance team to come out and clear away some of the excessive snow that builds up in the areas. And generally in around that goal area and around the benches is where you'll see it. You see actually the team wiping the glass, making sure that the condensation that may or may not build up, or even some of the snow as the play goes in and around that area, is as clean as it possibly can be so the players can see on. Mike Monvin is there on the Canadian bench, and he's continuing to provide instruction. I think almost chatting with his defenseman there, talking about moving up on the play and just trying to manage the distance between the forwards and the defense. This was the play a moment ago from Gale. Nielsen's getting a little tired of the activity of a forceful nature in and around his goal as he gives Gale a shove. I think it's only natural as you're there sort of almost defenseless, aren't you? Particularly against the attack of offensive exploits from the Canadians, but then the force of the forward Gale coming in on as well. This is Bridges now up against Lundgren. Lundgren put in to try to win these faceoffs. He's lost the second one though in this last shift. And it will be Canada again trying to just get collection of this puck, but they are tying up Ingvarsson. And Ingvarsson must be getting tired out there as he is doing his job. And he's 13 minutes and 32 seconds of ice time already. But how about Per Kasperi? 20:52 already in this game. So you do the math. He's only been off a shift or two in the entirety of this contest. Whipping long-range effort in. It's worked well. Oh, and nifty from Bowden. Bowden, 1, 2, 3. Canada are in, and Nielsen makes the save. And they are just harrowing in. As 3, 4 players from Canada, almost looking like the Flying V, as they just doing what they want. And 3-on-0 effectively against Nielsen. That's a save and a half. Just to throw down the sledge and to block that near post area. Referee's not happy with the drop of the puck. Players advancing into that face-off circle and needing to be replaced will come out now. And that was Dorian. Rempel will come in to take this face-off. Doing well, the Canadians, well, in all aspects. Those face-offs are heavily to their advantage. It's going to be a penalty now, and it's going to be against Canada, though. Looks like it's going to be holding. And Rempel frustrated. He was trying to win that puck back and just electing to take his, well, use his arm, I think, just to impede the Swedish defender. So 7:56 remaining. And coming up to the halfway point, there you see it, and Swedish player was falling, but that reaching out from Rempel catches the eye of the Norwegian referee, and now Canada will be in the penalty box or disadvantaged by a player for 2 minutes or less. Sweden face off the offensive zone and can't take it cleanly. They'll take the open space though, and needing to just to ride that line now. Is out here is Bowden. And they'll make a substitution. Oh, and a bouncing play in. And just kind of dropping it in a little bit like a long-range grenade. Seeing if it can't just find a way to bounce awkwardly, or this is Canada who picked it up, skating well, all by himself on the penalty kill, and there is a penalty coming up against Sweden, trying to impede Dixon. And Dixon, at the last second there, unable to get the shot off as he might have liked to have. And there now, the referee with the opportunity to make the call as the Swedish team touched the puck. And Lundgren is going to be hooking. And Lundgren, from one Lundgren to another, father and son, knowing that the Swedish chances of getting something from this game are starting to dwindle. There you see just a hooking, and Dixon never got the shot off. And Lundgren just came by on the drive-through and caught the hook in on Dixon's stick and prevented him from getting what could have been a short-handed goal. So he's talking about a player coming off in favor of the goaltender. And there seemed to be some curiosity there about who was replacing who and how that was going to work. Canada with a lopsided advantage, 18-5 and face-offs won in this game. So a 78.26% in favor, and they win another one. So the Canadians still have the penalty coming or ticking down to Rempel. So 4-on-4, and until you see the penalty there on the left-hand side of your screen, that will be elapsing, and then Canada with a 5-on-4 advantage when Rempel is released again. So a number of different options for Mondin to be employing on this power play. Ingvarsson, who is doing his job on that Swedish blue line. So is Rasmus Lundgren, but he's in the box right now, and Lundgren is now taking over in minutes played. 23 minutes plus of this first passage of play. There's only been 25 minutes total. Nielsen is in trouble, and that was an awkward looking play there. Looked like nothing at the time, but as it got closer, it's just kept in by Canada, and this extra bit of space favors their puck advancing abilities. Rempel is out. There's a power play now, and turned over. Canada have been able to break that play up. Dixon up and trying to get it on to the stick of Larocque. And Ingvarsson is able just to get that away down the ice. It won't be icing. Canada with 40 seconds now remaining with their odd man advantage, or extra man advantage, shall I say. Here they come. Larocque can just play it over. He shoots it from a distance. I think that's just made off the toe of the sledge of Nielsen. Again, Sweden do well on the odd man advantage or disadvantage to kill this off, and Canada with seconds counting down don't look as though they're going to create opportunity. Maybe a chance here from Whitson. He'll turn and look. They've kept possession though. Back to even strength. And perfectly lofted play, and offside though. Just advancing ahead of the puck. Referee indicating and having to regroup, but Canada will now try and break out once again. Losing his stick. Oh, and up and over goal. And that was Ingvarsson again. He's doing everything for Sweden. Kasperi laying the body. But that's not a tactic necessarily the Swedes want to employ. But they need to try something, don't they, as they are a long ways off in this one. Kasperi again coming in to play the body. And they need to create something. because just maintaining the score line is not going to advance their opportunities, but Larocque wide side, and you see the bench area changing in an offside position going off the ice. It's in one door and out the other. But unfortunately, going in the indoor means you're offside unless the puck is in the offensive zone. Developing play here. Dixon up and now across to Westlake. Westlake with an in and out move. Westlake's got some speed. The captain across in front. Oh, wow. Canada knifing right into the hearts of Swedish hopes, as Dixon is the man on the board for the 5th goal. And Westlake does the work, and Dixon takes the prize as the service is perfect and Dixon delivers. Dixon with his first goal of the tournament. Canadians with some well-balanced scoring. As they have 5 different scorers. Bridges, Delaney, Gale, Larocque, and now Dixon. Here they come again. Some momentum. And some off the iron as the turnabout from Westlake has led to another one coming in. And now they're raining pucks in on the Swedish goal. And that was a clever move indeed, wasn't it, by Westlake? As he just did the old spinning sit spin and fire. Bowden off the glove of Nielsen. Nielsen's glove hand is a prized possession. It's the #1 defensive tool in the Swedish arsenal. As he just throws it up like a bear paw. And once again, denying the Canadians from increasing their scoreline. Opportunity now for Sweden just to catch their breath and take a breather. As we'll look a little bit over the stats of this game, and really it's just the face-offs that are just the obvious indicator of the dominance. Obviously the score line as well for Canada. And the penalties and the power play opportunities not really suggesting anything, as both teams' penalty kill is 100%. Mondin, though, looking relaxed on the bench, and no doubt Lundgren will be wanting to encourage his team, because 4-0 down after one period, and they've only conceded the 1 goal in the second frame. They'll be feeling decent about their second period performance. It's a great improvement. The Canadians, again, traveling the world to support their sport in great numbers here again at the Scheibe Arena in Sochi. Tremendous facilities at the Olympic Park. Here it is again, Nielsen electing, uses the glove even when it's on the ice, isn't it? And he knows where his bread is buttered. It's in that left hand. As he takes the quick route to getting that puck into his glove and retrieving it back for the official to start play once again. Oh, again, and they are whipping across the goal now. Murray has got himself a missile, and Canada with 6 on the board, and Murray is delighted. Not so much for that man there. Set off the face-off, Murray. Oh, man. Watch this cross. And that's across the body that leaves Nielsen on his backside. And the force of the shot is just too much. And equally so is the elevation. And Canada are having it all their own way now. And there you see the replacement goaltender, Kent Janssen, looking on. And Nielsen will stay in. And the Canadians' ability, the power in their shooting and their precision is lethal, isn't it? As in the sport of ice hockey, shots can reach up to 140 kilometers an hour potentially, over 100 miles an hour. In ice sledge hockey, 100 kilometers an hour. So still some wicked force. Again, advancing out. They're going to try another shot in. Nielsen just gets the stick down on this one, as his body is turned and can't favor his. And he is taking exception. Canada, though, don't need to be invited to the party. And where the puck is, they will be close to follow, as that is currency for them. And whoever has the puck is the man in charge. And once more, with the cage on, the Canadians just accept the left hand of Nielsen in response to their physical presence in and around the goal mouth area. Nielsen still battling. Canada are still working. They won't give any quarter. They won't want to concede, and they're going to want to score more. Hedberg needing to make his way off the ice. And he's been penalized, and he's going to serve the penalty. And I think Nielsen has just got himself one there. And it is going to be Hedberg who does serve it. And that's for taking the shot in, as he just did a moment ago. You see it. And it's 2 minutes for roughing, isn't it, for Nielsen? Canada will reload now. They have the man advantage on the power play. Just dropping it off on an overlap. Gale stopping sharply. Through to Larocque. Larocque, forehand, backhand, out in front, wide open. And that is an opportunity really would love to have taken. Dorian with the chance. Dorian would just try to snatch that one back. He's out-muscled. Canada, though, on the near side, keeping it in. Murray was moved it down, but this line, Larocque, Dorian, and Rempel are forced back. Canada with a minute left on the power play. Less than a minute, though, in the period. So if they don't score, it'll roll, and they'll start the third period with the advantage. And again, they're not quite as sharp when they have the numerical advantage. Now, here's a chance, though. Trying to put it into an area. This is great opportunity, Westlake. Left and right and across the body inside the post, and Captain Canada has got himself a goal. And it's a power play as Westlake takes it right in, and nifty moves in and out like a fiddler's elbow, and right inside the far right post for a lucky number 7. And Westlake makes it 7 different scores for Canada. And that makes it very difficult to defend for that man there, Jörgen Lundgren. When Canada are scoring from all angles. Defense, forwards. From in tight, from out wide. Sweden have not got an answer. And a couple late goals in this second period. Pushing on, trying to see if they can't grab one late. Gale. And the horn sounds. And Canada increased their lead in the second frame. Even strength goal from Dixon, assisted by Westlake and Dorian at 26:47. And then the sixth goal from Murray off the face-off, won by Gale at 27:40. And then the last one there, it's a power play goal. So Canada finally scoring on the power play from Westlake, assisted by Dixon and Rempel. And Nielsen will make his way, and almost a lonely skate towards his own bench there, isn't it, as all players have cleared off the ice, and he now just makes his way. And you have to wonder whether or not the coach, Lundgren, will elect to keep his goaltender in the pipes for this third period, as the 49-year-old Ulf Nielsen, he hasn't got much of a younger option, as Jonsson is 49 as well, but Jonsson hasn't played yet. It might be that we see him in the remaining 15 minutes of this one. Canada are on their way towards recording their first win in Sochi 2014 after the first two periods of play. Hope you're enjoying the action. I'm Brent Pope. It's a pleasure to be sharing it with you. And you are looking at the Scheibe Arena in Sochi's Olympic Park. Don't go anywhere. We'll join you in just a few minutes' time for the third and what looks to be the final period of this match in day number one. All smiles for the Canadians after the first 2 periods, as the scoreline says it all. And at the moment, well, they're certainly in the driver's seat, and with only 3 shots coming from Sweden so far over the first 30 minutes of play, they're going to need to increase that significantly over the 22 that have been played in by the Canadians. And do they have an answer, Sweden, in this remaining 15 minutes? They will be challenged to make up for the body of work already completed by the North American side, and they are current world champions, are Canada, ranked number 1. Remember, Sweden coming into this tournament came through the qualification tournament to get themselves here. And 3 teams, automatically 5 teams come in and qualify for the Sochi Games. And the top 5 teams of the World Championships last year in Korea automatically qualify. And then the remaining 3 positions are open. As you see, Janssen has gone in goal, and he will give some reprieve to Alf Nielsen, who had difficult work of it in the Swedish goal. And can't really blame Nielsen. And maybe a little goaltending change just allows for a little bit of perspective and an opportunity just to get ready for the next match. And gives the coach a look at both goaltenders' approach to competing and keeping as focused as possibly can. And that's Janssen just getting himself nicely geared up for this one. The official's ready to go. And so are we. And the puck is dropped on the 3rd period of this Group A match of day 1. Canada again putting pressure in the forecheck. And they are hunting down this play. Can't quite break it up in time. It's left the Swedish defensive zone. Canada will need to regroup. Sweden doing well here to advance it, but can't connect the play. It's going to go for icing, as the play was intended to be a pass, but it gets away and from their own half of the red line. Any time for a player to wear the national jersey, the 3 crowns of Sweden. Well, Janssen, you see the enthusiasm, and you see Nielsen looking on. No doubt disappointed, but really can't be blamed for many of the goals today. Westlake coming in, putting pressure right on Janssen. It still comes out through his legs. And a backhand ricochet play. Getting to it first, though, Bridges. Bridges trying to get it out to Bowden and Westlake, and these 3 are a handful for any nation. Arsenault will go back, and he'll look at his options. Just holds, and clever play. Can't quite get it past the first forechecker, but it's clever just to hold on to it. And don't give it up too cheaply or too easily. This is now Westlake across the line. He's into the corner. Bridges puts enough pressure on the Swedish defense, and they end up playing it down the length of the ice. And 1:22 gone inside this 3rd period. Murray, who was a goal scorer today as well, and that's the impressive bit for Canada. As we mentioned, 7 individuals, different scores today for the 7-0 scoreline. And Janssen will want to keep it there and put an end to the offensive terror that the Canadians have been on in this one. Sweden win the face-off. Important. Trying to lob it out of the zone. They can't. LaRocque is the guy who will take it. It bounces in favorable position. Nice save by Janssen. He pounces on it. And he's got the immediate support of Niklas Rakos. So if you look at the minutes played, again, Dorian turning and firing, and a save from Janssen. Only the 9 skaters and 2 goalkeepers for Sweden in good position. and immediately on the rebound. But the lion's share of ice time being distributed across 5 players. And Hedberg, Oyala, the captain. Well, they get about 8 minutes. Here's a breakaway. Sweden right off the face-off. Here they go. Right in and on. What a save made as it's kept underneath St. Armand. And from nowhere, Kasperi is off to the races. Off a defensive zone face-off, and there he goes. He's got daylight. He's got no red light going on as St. Armand makes a save. And Kasperi, well, can hardly believe it. But really, that was an opportunity from nowhere. So he'll thank his kind of lucky stars. That was only the 4th shot in the Canadian goal, and it was the best opportunity for Sweden to score. Here they are again. And Sweden again, perfect position in front. And Oyala, the captain, couldn't quite get the purchase on the puck that he would have liked. And that breakaway, Kasperi, I'm not sure that it's been recorded as a shot. Didn't quite get a shot away, did he, in the end? As here Canada advancing forward one more time, and that goes by the left post and keeping it low and away from Janssen. Electing, they've got options, and they had, did he want to go across the goal or did he want to go high to Gale? Gale was coming in the high slot area. Now in behind. This is McGregor. McGregor working. He's got Gale, and he's got Delaney out front just by the post area. Here is Gale. Gale with the right to left, the wraparound. And I'm not sure Janssen knew much of it as it went off one of the Canadian bodies in front away. Line change quickly for Sweden. They'll regroup. Trying to advance it into an area to get on to the end of it. Can't quite. Backhand. Well positioned by Dixon. Into an area now for Westlake. Westlake will skate. Westlake, a goal and a great passing play. The net has gone off, and Bridges wrapping up with the Swedish player, end up forcing that net off. And there is the captain of Canada, very much leading from the front. And he was looking to see what his options were. And Bridges just goes flying in the Swedish goal. And he has a chat with a Swedish player. There you see the moorings. Just a plastic mooring now, quite flexible. And that's for safety. And those types of plays where a player going hurtling into the goal like that. And if the moorings were as they traditionally were back in the, well, 60s, 70s, and 80s, it has been injuries going into the net that has led to modifications required in the interest of safety. And now the maintenance team have got the net back in its position and ready to resume play. The fans are enjoying themselves, and so they should. This is the pinnacle of Paralympic sport for ice sledge hockey. Sweden not getting themselves set in time, and the linesman moving them on. It's won by Canada. Bowden will take collection of it. Tries to free up Westlake. He just searches in there. Tries to snarl one out. Oh, Bowden with a ripping blast up and over. Bridges onto it next. And these three cycle it as well as any. Great little ricochet deflection to himself to try to just step out and use the momentum of that puck. It's unable to be kept in by the Canadian blue liner, Whitson. And the whistle blown for an offside. Lundgren, well, he's certainly carrying his share of the ice time. Just under 28 minutes total so far. Well, he's only been off for 4 or 5 minutes maximum in this entire contest. It's unusual. It has been the tactical approach from the Swedes to come with a shorter bench and play their players as much as possible. They're quality players to try and bridge the gap. That was a play there that almost worked against them as it went off the sledge of the defender. Out in front trying to wrap it into a space for Canada to shoot. Larocque goes right to left and changes the angle, goes off of the end boards. It kicks up, and it's collected here by Rempel. Rempel can go to the net. He's got his angle taken away from him. He tries to make a play from low to high. Canada can't quite keep it in, though, and they'll have to regroup as it's just shoved back in and forcing the Swedish defenders to, once again, be in behind their own goal line, trying to advance play. It'll now present an opportunity for Kasperi, who had that breakaway, to be the first man in on the forecheck. He forces his man down, but Canada back in numbers supporting the play. Will come wide here through the neutral zone and wrap it in on a dedicated play, trying to get possession and territory. McGregor comes and lowers the boom with the body check, forces the Swedes to give up possession. And again now, Canada trying to find the lanes out of their own zone. Can't connect the pass, and they'll have to regroup and see what's available now. Here's a chance for Sweden coming in. Shot scores! Kasperi buries for Sweden, and they're on the board. And how do you like me now, says Kasperi. Denied on the breakaway, but a loose play prevents an opportunity, and he converts. As these boards are lively in the Scheibe Arena, and the first chance really for Kasperi since the breakaway, and he is inch perfect inside the bottom right post. And Sweden get a little bit of offensive break on that as Kasperi pounces on an opportunity. Sweden on the board with their first of the tournament. Kasperi, who is leading all ice time minutes for Sweden. And he's near enough 29 minutes in total. And he has been doing his job, working at both ends of the rink for Sweden. And he was the man who had the breakaway and never was recorded with a shot. He couldn't quite get control at the crucial moment. Take full advantage of their a favorable bounce that comes off of the end boards. And it was just sort of almost bunted on by his teammate initially. And the defending player just left it back onto the stick of Kasperi. And then he just slots it there to the bottom right corner. You see the reaction, though, from Benoit Saint-Amand, just trying to keep his teammates calm and not too frustrated by it. Of course, Canada would have enjoyed and wanted a shutout, but a shutout is a secondary and almost tertiary reward for good defensive play. It's the win that Canada will be seeking here and managing the scoreline now so that it doesn't increase for Sweden. But Sweden now with a breath of life, maybe an opportunity to score a second and third and make this game interesting in the closing section of this third period and likely to match. Face-off just outside the Swedish blue line. They win that face-off, and encouraging as well. Coming forward. It's taken away, though. And as the Canadian defenders, all four of them up there across that blue line, being aggressive. Now Sweden looking more promising here, as Kasperi now is the man, the intended target for that diagonal pass in the offensive zone. Canada just needs to manage and be smart now and not take any unnecessary chances, as Kasperi's got a taste of blood. And maybe he's got a second one in his locker. Strong figure of eight, controlled movement from Sweden. Canada would just dump it in and elect to cut right across goal, take the direct route as a straight line. McGregor, wide side play, and it was Delaney he was trying to find. Delaney with a little reverse. And in and out. Oh, wow. Shot there from Dixon. Left-handed release. Just a scintillating wrist shot. You didn't even see until you heard it slam off the end boards. And there, more body contact down low. That's Gale to take the Swedish thrust, but now they're on the break again. Here they come. Body contact from Whitson. Takes his man off the play. Murray gets hit by Kasperi. Kasperi looking for more. And look at the Swedes now. They've got some energy. They've got some gusto about them. Canada having to work hard to get away from this stubborn Swedish forecheck. And now they're forced back and behind their own goal, though. And they'll have to regroup the gold and blue. Big hit coming in there. And that is Bridges. Bridges will hit again if you give him a chance. Bridges, Westlake. Nice little right to left move. Westlake's alone, backdoor play. Bridges can get on the end of this one. He'll turn and fire from there. He goes wide up over the right side. Puck coming all the way back into the Canadian zone. Whitson has got Kasperi, and Kasperi does not let up. He's got a great engine and the aerobic capacity to just keep competing at this high level. Westlake from behind, and he will be penalized, the Swedish defender, as he took away the opportunity for Westlake. And it was a late play, the official right there. And it's Marcus Hjelm. Hjelm is going to get 2 minutes for holding. And Westlake was just coming into a position to try to shoot this puck. And there you see the fallen Canadian. And Hjelm is in for holding for 2 minutes or less. The Canadians 1 for 2 on their power play. Now, Whitson, wide side. This is Murray. Murray electing not to shoot, tries to make a pass. Kasperi taking out his man. He's having a strong third period as the Swedish forward. "20 years of age is Kasperi. And a couple shots on goal in this game. And he is doing his job. Battling hard, the Swedes continue to work. Very resilient and resourceful they are in this penalty kill formation. Suits them. And they try their best to keep active and as tight together as possible, and not allowing the Canadians to set themselves up or get that channel they might like. Distance shot in, it goes out the other side, and Janssen isn't sure where it is. He hadn't realized that it was already back in play. From a distance, Janssen does well. McGregor offloading the cycle for Canada on the power play. He tries to link up with it in front of goal. Kasperi just does enough to get it out past the defensive blue line. And Gale, with 30 seconds left, will make a line change in this power play. There from a distance, Janssen doesn't know that that's just almost come by, and he actually just gets a glove on it and redirects it back between his skates and the near side post. And he was as close to letting that one in as you're gonna be. Shot back around. Canada to get to it. Rempel, nice move. He'll step in. He's got a odd man. Oh my goodness. And that is ringing the chimes as high and hard. Adam Dixon is doing it again for Canada as Dixon, with his second of the game, snaps it up and over Janssen. And it's in and out before Janssen really knows much of it, as Dixon has got a bullet from there. A power play goal for Adam Dixon. Assist to Rempel. And the high, elevated shot from Dixon on the power play is outstanding. And it's just a gorgeous piece of skill from the Canadian blue liner. So inside of 5 minutes now of this match, Rempel tries the give and go to himself. Now he's offloaded it. There's an easy take for Larocque as he scores his second of the day. And a pair of braces for Canada inside the last 30 seconds is increasing the scoreline as the little offload in and the left hand wrap across the goal face into the wide side. And Rempel, the architect one more time of a Canadian goal, leads it there for Larocque to finish it. Canada with 9. Do they have double digits? You wouldn't bet against them. A little reverse wraparound. And immediately on it again, Larocque putting the pressure. And Rempel's having an outstanding little bit of offensive play in his last. He'll be surprised not to have converted there. And Rempel has been unable to score, but he is assisted throughout this match. And Rempel, one-on-one up against Janssen. And Janssen just pushes out with a blocker and glove at the last second and takes away Rempel's angle. And Rempel's got, well, he's got 3 assists here, 4 assists today. But he hasn't got a goal as of yet. And he would have loved to have had one there. But Janssen, he's done a decent job. Just conceding the 2 goals. In this third period. And he'd love to keep it from getting to double digits. And you'd have to think that's Swedish ambition now. And set yourself a mini target with the little time remaining in this match. Hedberg getting himself some ice time now. And a face-off to the right of Janssen as a result of that outstanding save on Rempel. Gale wins it, and it would come to the blue line. Shot in at the flex last second. Janssen wasn't going to be able to do anything with that had it been on goal, but it went wide. Canada again, great interplay as they move it around and keep it in their possession. It's out into the neutral zone now. They'll reload and be ready to try it one more time. Good skating work to get to it. Can't quite. Ingvarsson, who is might need a respirator after this one with the amount of work he's put in. And there's the finish from Gale as he's got a second. And Canada has reached double digits. And very calm buildup. And Gale, with ease, slots it into the Swedish goal. And there you see the service building up, and that is a play. Whitson across to Gale, and Gale has a nose for goal. 3 Canadians now with a pair of goals. Battling, and Canada will win it back again, trying to get even further possession. Sweden, though, with numbers on this near side, and Canada will eventually win possession. And up this near side, Westlake, the captain, trying to get by, can't. It's a strong defensive play there from Lundgren. Lundgren just puts it into a soft pass area for territory, and it's a great sacrifice by the Swedish player just to one direction, take the hit, make the contact, but allow his two players to take the puck and now challenge this Canadian defense in the offensive zone. Well won, Kasperi now in behind the Canadian goal. And they continue to work, and Bridges will advance this puck wide side. He's got Bowden. Westlake coming into the play, looking to give it some control, but the Swedes have done well again. They've taken it and they've cleared their lines. And just coming on to the ice, the substituted player as a line change for Canada. Good contact there. The Swedes meet the Canadian thrust at the blue line out in front now. And Sweden trying to make something happen, but the cavalry comes onto the ice and takes away the advantage for a moment. And Larocque now is looking to see what's available. He'll keep possession. He's got to spin back and get to that puck as it's just inched away from him. Dorian down low, and Larocque can't communicate clearly the first time, but Dorian's come up with it. Still going towards the net. Janssen on the near post. Shields that puck back into the corner. And Dorian one more time will go and retrieve his good work. Oh, it's off the post. He doesn't know about it, Janssen. And it is out in play again. And he thought maybe he was under him. It was off the far post. And it just sat there in the goal mouth area, but Canada could not get there in time. Inside the last minute of this match. And now it's just worked its way down. It's gonna go for icing against Canada. And Sweden maybe with a chance now on this. It's off to, and you'll see, and as he just attacked the net, he actually went from right to left and tried to get the angle past Janssen in the net, and it went off the post and stayed out. Saint-Armand focused for this defensive face-off, and they've been able to win it, Canada. It's in their possession. Whitson is over there, but he's outnumbered, and he's laying on the side trying to keep it smothered. Oh, and a wide and a long effort coming in. Players locked together in front of goal. It's out in the neutral zone now. Canada trying to put some more pressure on late with 20 seconds now remaining. Sweden. Good play across in front of goal. Trying to advance and create another offensive sequence. Westlake late though as he got something in him. Canada a chance. Still going well, and a penalty is going to be called, but that's going to be the end of time. And the end of this dominant performance from Canada in day number 1. And 10 goals in total scored by the Canadians, and the one by Sweden, and deserved and earned by Kasperi, who by the end of today's match played 42 minutes and 31 seconds of a possible 45. Tip your hat to Per Kasperi for Sweden, number 8, the 20-year-old who scores that lone goal. He had a breakaway and couldn't quite get what he wanted on the first attempt, but found a way to get one past the Canadian keeper, Adam Dixon. 2 goals and 2 assists today. He's one of 3 Canadians with 2 goals apiece. Larocque also with a pair, and Gale with a pair as well. Individual goals to Bridges, Delaney, and Murray and Westlake for Canada, as that was exactly what the doctor ordered. If you're on the Canadian sidelines, and no doubt Mike Mundin will be feeling good about their opening contest. And we will leave it for there, as a penalty is awarded at the end against the Swedish player just at the buzzer. We hope you've enjoyed the action here at the Shaiba Arena. The Canadians are delighted. The Swedes are started. This is day number 1 at the Paralympic Winter Games. You've been watching the ice sledge hockey competition. We will be back and we will join you in the days to come, as this is just the start of the week ahead of this exciting world-class tournament. We'll leave you with the scenes there of Nielsen, who also defended in goal today for Sweden, and he did his part, as 7 goals he conceded, and then he gave way to Jonsson, and there you see the tail of the tape. Canada with 10 goals, Sweden with the 1. That's the end of day 1's competition in Group A action. I'm Brent Pope. I hope you've enjoyed sharing this with us. We'll see you again soon.